Welcome everybody to the 10th episode of Do Check This Out. I am super excited for this week. I feel like I got some good golf updates for you, so I'm excited to talk about that with you. What you got going on this week, big boy?
It's pretty golf heavy on my end, and it's funny. I hung out with Mr. Kenneth Nelson, and he asked very specifically. He's like, "Hey, I've been listening to the show. I love it. You know, it's fun. It's a good time. Can you please timestamp when you guys stop talking about golf so then I can listen?" And I was like, "Yeah, we can do that for you." So maybe let's make a little mental note here whenever we stop the golf section, because you know some people. Yeah, not into it. That's cool. That's totally cool. It's going to be, I feel like, a lot of golf this episode, just based on my list I'm looking at here. But yeah, appreciate all the non-golfers listening out there.
For sure. Why is Kenneth such a hater?
I don't know. That's why I told him. I said, "Hey, why are you such a hater, bro? Why are you stepping on my turf, on my beef? You come into my house and you talk hate on me?" And he said, "Chill, dog. It's not like that." I said, "It's all love." And then we made out.
This just reminds me of the Kendrick beef. You know, it's like he's like, "I hate the way that you walk, the way that you talk."
Yeah, he was talking mad smack to me and the crew, and I was like, "Bro, you can't be stepping up on these streets if you're not fly like a G."
You sound hard.
Yeah, dude, I just watched West Side Story. You ever watch West Side Story like in school or as a kid?
I don't think so. What's the premise of it?
The Sharks and the Jets. It's Romeo and Juliet. I'm getting this right, I think. It's Romeo and Juliet, but like adapted for like New York in the 60s, back when like, "Hey, I'm a gangster over here. Whoa, hey, you're not a part of the Sharks, baby. Whoa."
I have not seen that. That's wild. Okay. You should send me a video of that. Like, I'll have to watch it.
It's like it's a musical. I think I'm getting all these. I'm gonna keep going as if I'm correct. It's a musical, and they do a lot of dance fighting, which is exactly how it sounds. And I think somebody gets stabbed at some point. I don't think anybody dies, but yeah, one of them from one gang is in love from somebody from the other gang, and they have this dance where they all come together and they have a big dance battle. And yeah, it's like it's like that.
Oh, okay.
Whoa, I'm a gangster over here.
Didn't you guys went to a show though, right? When he was in town, like how was that?
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. That was it was a live podcast recording of my brother and me, which is it's pretty funny. It's just mostly like they just goof. They used to have a TV show. I think they have a very popular podcast, obviously, and then I think they do some YouTube stuff still, but it's three brothers. They're quite funny. Their energy is very funny. And it's funny, they have an advice segment that you can like write in questions for the show. And so Kenneth wrote a really good one, and I kind of did one last second just as a joke, just to put something out there. And Kenneth is funny. Before the show, he was like kind of nervous because sometimes they'll have people like, you know, say their questions to the panel, and so they have two segments. They have a section where they ask the questions to the panel, and a segment where they just kind of read them out. And he was kind of nervous about it because he's like, "Oh man, I don't want to go up there and get picked." And the very first thing they get into is the advice questions, and his was the very first one.
Oh no!
Yeah, it was really funny. But he didn't have to go up and like ask them about it. They just kind of read it off the email cards. And
that's funny.
Yeah, so that was fun. So that enhanced the show for all of us.
What'd you write?
It was something dumb. It was I used lyrics from All Star. It was something. It was kind of like when I turned in the homework for the last minute. That's exactly what it was.
Yeah,
it wasn't my most inspired work.
That is cool though. Like a live podcast. Like so they were. Yeah. Was it like live streamed, or was it more like they were just recording it live in front of an audience?
Live in front of an audience.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Man, no, cool. It was fun though. Good to get out and go to a show. It was at the Factory here, which I'd not been to yet. Really nice place. Like they have bars flanking the auditorium on the side. It's like a two levels. The mezzanine's really nice. The bathrooms it's a really new facility. So like the bathroom's really nice, and there's plenty everywhere, and there's plenty of bars everywhere. So like I'm gonna have to go back there. It's a good place to have a show.
That's cool. If you see any like comedy specials or anything coming up like that, hit me up because we need to do that again. That was so fun.
Yeah, that would be fun. And That's the Shane Gillis came there months ago, and we missed it by. Well, no, I remember that because I remember looking at the tickets the same day, and they were gone like almost instantly.
Oh yeah, sold out immediately.
Yeah, and that was frustrating. But yeah, for sure, I'll keep my eye out. It's fun.
Yeah.
In other news, we are wearing the same shirt somehow.
Kind of.
Somehow matching colors here.
Because we're cute.
We are cute.
We're a bunch of cuties.
Yeah. What do you have to keep your house at to be able to warrant a hoodie? What's the temp?
I think currently it's at 70.
Yeah.
It was more of a quick turnaround because it was storming so bad here in town that like immediately as I left my office, like, so of course we have like the longest, it's not really that long, but it's when it was pouring so hard like it did today, that quote unquote long walk was horrible. So I was absolutely soaked, like kind of cold and stuff. So I was like, I'm just gonna throw a hoodie on. So it might be a mistake, but it's a vibe.
Yeah, it's 70 on my thermostat here, but like the insulation is so bad from downstairs to upstairs. And I feel bad because like downstairs it's kind of cold, and that's where Mika hangs out for most of the day while I'm working. But I can't have it just be like 80 degrees up here, so I have to like turn it down. And I think cats like it warmer. I think I read that somewhere.
Yeah.
And so I feel kind of bad, but she's actually, that makes a lot of sense as I'm saying that out loud. She's been hanging out up here a lot more often, and I think that's exactly why.
That's probably why. So yeah, I'm surprised she wasn't up there more.
Well, she usually sleeps. It's funny. Like she has it scheduled out like in the morning up until I have lunch. She is sleeping in my room. And so I'll close the blinds and make it dark for her because she's spoiled. And so she'll just sleep on my bed for the first half of the day. And then the second half of the day, she comes up and annoys me because she thinks it's time for dinner. But there's really 4 hours left. So,
her internal clock is fucked up.
It's messed up. It's not good.
Well, okay. You gotta tell the audience. Are you getting another cat? We were talking about it right before this. Like,
it's
if you bring it up, you have to do it.
Hey, should I do methamphetamine? No. It's been bouncing around a lot because like she seems to be wanting attention more lately, but not in like a I'm neglecting her way. Like I spend a lot of time with her, and I'll play with her and all that fun stuff. It just seems more and more like she's just like bro. And so, yeah, I think I might at some point. I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know if she would like another cat. I don't know if she would hate it and reject it because I've heard stories like that before. But it's also like, well, if you don't try, then you don't know.
Right.
But also, do I want 2 cats?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
We'll see about it. We'll see about it.
Honestly, like, everything I've read, Maddie's like huge into like constantly looking at cats and reading stuff about that. Like, it really is very beneficial to have another animal, obviously as long as they get together. But I feel like Mika is such a gem that she'd get along with a fucking wood plank if it sat in the office.
Yeah, she probably would. There are times like with Flick where Flick doesn't understand space, and she would start attacking him. So I'm like, does she need to just be? I don't know. Well, we might try it out. I feel like the signs are there. I feel like I'm not reading into it too much. I'm just like noticing, because sometimes I feel like we can just convince ourselves and then start to see signs, like astrology of the thing coming true. So who knows? We'll see. It's officially a we'll see. That's where we're at. That's where we are at the moment.
Okay, so I will keep poking you about it every week until.
Yeah,
okay.
That's probably a fair. What were we gonna ask? You were gonna ask something.
I don't remember. It's probably gonna be related to golf. Let's be honest.
Yeah, no, let's be real.
Yeah. What you got going on? What golf stuff you got?
Oh man. Okay, so start of the golf segment. We are roughly 10 minutes in. Call it that. Roughly 10 minutes in. So we'll put a stamp there. Oh man, a lot of golf stuff has happened. So I did my official handicap a couple. I guess it was last week, middle of last week, because you have to put it into the USA whatever calculator, and then you have to like buy a local membership for you to get an official handicap. And so it was like $50. I was like, whatever. And it is right now it's at 12 handicap.
Nice.
Which feels kind of accurate. I feel like that could quickly go down because it only has like, I think 8 rounds being calculated on there right now. And I will say, the rounds, like 6 of the 8 rounds have been walking 9. And whenever I walk 9, I usually carry a half bag. So I'm like, I feel like if I had a full bag in all those, it could have been a little bit better. But yeah, now we got something to work towards. Now we can work towards getting single digit. I think it could happen by the end of the season. So that's what we're going with. Yeah.
I like that. I like that. I think, and yeah, I almost was trying to think of like what I would see what I would think your handicap was if you didn't tell me. I would probably
Yeah.
like I was honestly thinking it would be closer to like a 5 or a 6.
I think there's flashes where it could be 5 to 6, and I think that's realistic for me to get to. My short game needs to get better. My wedges need to get better. Like today and yesterday on the range, like that's all I worked on were my wedges because like I skull banged one. Didn't I went out last Saturday? Yeah, Saturday morning at 6:30 in the morning. It was actually really nice. That's a whole story on its own. I've got some points on that, but I shot a 4 over through 9, so pretty
Nice.
solid. I would think it's on track to be, if you extrapolate that out, that's 8 over through 18. That's what you would think. But my handicap actually went up after that. I went from 11.9 to 12.3 after putting that round in. And I don't quite know why. I think it's because I bogeyed a par 5 that's supposed to be easy, but I don't understand how overall that raised my, you know what I mean? How does that
Yeah,
make sense?
that is kind of weird.
I don't get it.
Because like that, yeah, that by no means is that a bad score at all.
No, it went pretty well. And like, yeah, no OB, some good drives, some great drives, and like just some short game that wasn't great. But yeah, I don't know. What do you think yours is at?
Dude, honestly, if yours is a 12, mine's probably like an 18 or a 20.
Well, how many times have you like kept your own ball and score?
Not many. I don't often
Yeah,
play my own ball,
yeah,
unless
that's
it's like
fair.
me and you doing that or off the whim. Normally, it's like scrambles and stuff like that. So it's a hard guess because I feel like when I go out and play with like Shane and Cody, I'd say we probably use 70-ish, 65 to 70% of my shots. So
Yeah,
I feel like I definitely do make an impact on the score, but I just don't know. I would love to go back out and do that, but especially playing with a lot of newer golfers, like it's I think
you
I know
have
I
to.
experienced this. You kind of have to scramble, you know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
So
that's
who
totally fair.
knows?
But that was a really fun round. It's interesting. Like Denton was hitting some great shots. Like his improvement has been really cool to see since he's been playing. But it was funny on the 18th. We only played 9. We played the back 9. So the 18th hole, he hit a decent drive, but it like kind of shanked off into the right of the woods, and so he had to like punch out. And he hits a really good punch shot, like great contact. It's in the middle of the fairway, and as he's like getting through his swing, he's like, "Well, at least it's playable." And then it hits the fairway pole in the middle of like the dead center of the fairway, tiny pole, hits it, shanks off into the right, and goes behind another tree.
No!
It's like, oh no, that sucks.
That's fucking terrible, dude.
Yeah, because it's part of the course, and so you have to like just play it where it lies. But it's like he hit the perfect shot, and God was like, "Nope," just
Psych.
kick that shit right back out.
That's
And then,
funny.
and then on that same hole, I had a beautiful drive, like great drive. My wedge, I sculled it, went into the bunker behind the green, and that was my first bunker shot of like this new swing feel that I've had. So I was like, I've never practiced this. I really don't know how to trust it. So I definitely like pulled out of the shot as I was going through because I was like, oh, don't shake it, and I duffed it, and it was still in the sand. So I'm lying 3. I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna go for it. I'm just gonna if it goes 200 yards past the green, like who fucking cares? Like I
Yeah.
tried. At least I tried, and get it up sounds. I mean, it sounds great. It sounds like one of those slap shots that you hear, like when the bounce of the club just like perfectly hits the sand, and the sand was a little bit wet and compact. Comes out really nicely, starts bouncing, starts rolling, and I'm like, oh my god, that's going in, and it rolls, drops in the cup. The coolest
Hey,
par you've ever seen. I don't know if I've ever holed out a sand shot like that before, and saved par after duffing one. So that was really cool. But
that's huge.
yeah,
That's
that was an
sick.
interesting last hole for the
Yeah.
both of us.
I love it. Are you still liking your driver a lot? Like,
Oh
is
yeah,
that pretty much gonna be in the bag for a long
oh yeah,
time?
it's locked in. It's locked
Like that.
in.
Oh, yeah.
It's not going anywhere.
Have you thought about, like, changing out your shafts or anything for it?
No, I don't think so. I think the grip, if anything, is gonna go something a little bit thicker. But like I mean, with that new swing feel, it's been dialed. Like I don't think I really hit a wayward shot once since I switched, but
That's
no, it's
good.
great. I was telling my family because I saw them over the weekend. My brothers were asking me about it too because they were thinking about getting new drivers, and I was like, yeah, I used to be a somebody that didn't really believe like, oh, equipment makes the golfer or whatever. But when you're going from that big of a difference from my old like duty driver to this one, it's like, okay, this is real. This is real. I get it.
It really does make an impact. Like obviously, if you're not to the caliber that you are, it doesn't. I feel like a lot of times make that big of a difference. But when you're able to really connect with the ball, like a big upgrade like that is going to benefit anyone. So that's
Yeah.
clutch.
Yeah, no, it's been sick. I love it.
What do you know what year it is? Is that this year's model?
No, it's last year's
Last year's. Okay.
question mark. I don't know if they've come out with this year's technically, but it's the most recent is the G435, and it's got the yellow lines on it, which look gross. That's a big reason I didn't want it. And then the year before that was the 25, and that's the all black that I have. Yeah.
Okay. Because when I was looking at just the heads on eBay, I think I was looking at the one you have because it was all black, but I noticed there were 4 iterations of that based on like the years and stuff. So I didn't know if you had bought a recent one or not.
Nope. Found it on Facebook Marketplace. Go hunt your Facebooks.
That's clutch.
But yeah, I've been yapping. What do you got?
No, you're good. Let's see. We went out that last weekend too, and played at Lake of the Woods.
Hell yeah.
Dude, I don't know what it is. It's something about like I've just started getting to the golf course like an hour early, and then I just take my time on the range. I really like feel out what I'm doing, and then I go and putt and chip for a long time. And if I can do that, I play generally like pretty solid. But if I like, it's not just rushing through the shots, rushing through the bucket in order to, go play really quickly. So that's been nice to kind of have more time and be more intentional about my shots. Yeah. And dude, I was just striping it. My driver like finally was able to start hitting it again. I just feel like it was lost for so long. But we shot.
I was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see.
That was good. That's good. Thank you for that.
You're welcome. Hell yeah, that's dope. That's a great feeling.
It really is. We shot a 74.
Who'd you go out with?
It was Shane, or no, it was Jason and Cody.
Nice.
Yeah. I lipped out twice on 2 chips that would have almost gone in.
Oh,
that pissed me off. And it was like right after Cody dropped one, he dropped a chip, and then Jason also dropped in a chip.
No shit.
So like we were playing pretty solid. I was finding it, dude. It was just feeling good.
Oh, that's the best. That's the best when you're just in a flow state.
Yeah,
just like driving through it.
Like I started finding this YouTube video or this YouTube couple. Oh, what's their name? I'm gonna have to try to pull it up while I'm talking about it. But all they do is they go around to like Goodwill, they go around to the PGA store, they go to like garage sales and everything, and they're down in Florida. And so, golf mecca, like you can find hundreds of thousands of golf clubs. And so they just go around and pick and resell through like Whatnot and eBay and stuff, like all these nice clubs. And it really got me thinking. I was like, man, I want to do that. Like I would love to have a collection of cool golf clubs. I kind of already have started that, so it's just
say
things. So I'm going to keep looking into that and doing some stuff with that just to see where that would take me. But I don't know. Yeah. Kind of got that idea going.
Yeah, I've been having some flashes to getting that old set again. I don't know. You ever? I don't know if I've brought this up before. And remind me, we got to get the scrambled eggs back out on the course together.
Agreed.
Yeah, Evan, Shane, and 2 Gs. we got to get the group going. Remind me to ask you about the weekend. Don't know what you got going on, but do you ever feel like when you play well, you kind of earned the right to like watch more golf content? Do you have that feeling?
100%, but I also watch a lot of like golf content before I go golf.
Yeah, 100%. But like sometimes if I have a bad range session, I'll come back and I'll be like, man, I don't even deserve to watch. Or like if I get if I have a really good session, I'm just like striping everything that feels there. I'm like, I'm gonna fall asleep to an old broadcast. Like I deserve that. It's the weirdest like reward system I got going. I gotta make a note of that to ask the dude.
Ask your therapist.
Yeah, just ask him what that's about. Yeah, I didn't know if that was a universal experience or if that was not a universal experience.
I definitely agree. Like it definitely feels. I don't know if I think of it that necessarily that way, but it feels more rewarding watching it after, and it's like, oh, I can kind of do that. I kind of did that, you know?
Yes. Like, oh, I could do that.
I can stripe this 250 yards and get on the green, no problem.
It's fun to sit in the delusion sometimes. You know?
You have to. That's like part of being a golfer.
It's exactly what it is. Yeah. Oh, speaking of, well, I guess not delusion. Did you watch the finish to the Travelers tournament over the weekend?
I didn't watch it at all.
Yeah, I didn't watch much of it. But we were watching. I was with the fam on Sunday, and we were watching the finish of it, and it was Tom Kim coming down the stretch. Scotty Scheffler was catching, and he had a 2-shot lead, I think, at one point. And yeah, so they Scotty Scheffler, Tom Kim, they were teeing off on 18. Scotty had a 1-shot lead. So, you know, it was basically like, okay, everyone's thinking like this is over because it's Scotty Scheffler. And so Scotty ends up hitting a pretty like safe tee shot. Tom just rips one right down the fairway, just has to like gun and go for it. And yeah, and then on the approach shot, Scotty puts it kind of on the edge of the green. Like it wasn't in the bunker. The bunker was very close. It was a very short-sighted pin. And so Scotty's in a safe spot, but it's not a great birdie look. And so Tom Kim gets up, and it's like, dude, you have to put this, like, you have to make something happen right here, or you're going to lose. Like, you have to birdie this hole. And to his credit, we were kind of making fun of him because he was just going so slow on his pre-shot routine. Like, it's kind of agonizing to watch him. But absolutely laces a wedge, almost dunks it, spins back, and he's like, I think probably 6 to 8 feet out. And the crowd was going insane. Like, there was a ton of people there around the crowd. And so they get up to the green, and they're kind of getting their shots ready. You know, they're doing their thing. And then all of a sudden, like, there's just some commotion going on in the crowd. Like, the camera doesn't really know where to go, where to pan. And these protesters ran onto the green. There was one in the bunker, and they had like a spray can, like a spray paint can, like a yellow one. And he was like in the bunker. Security was like tackling him. And then another couple threw like red spray paint cans, and they had them like locked open, threw it onto the green, and like it was painting the green red in some areas. And so the security got him, tackled them, and the players were just standing there like didn't know what to do. They were kind of like rushed away really quick. And this whole thing took like 10 to 15 minutes. And the grounds crew was like, they once they finally got the protesters off, they got the grounds crew was like getting the paint off the green. They were using like leaf blowers for some reason, and it was kind of working actually. And they were like dapping it up with towels, and eventually got it worked out. It wasn't too much in their way, but yeah, just like randomly out of nowhere, just a bunch of protesters just stormed the green.
Dude, that's fucking crazy. It's wild that you brought that up because I just saw like a small clip like right before the podcast started, and I scrolled by it pretty quickly. But I saw someone getting tackled. I was like, I wonder what that was, but I didn't even correlate that was for that tournament. What were they protesting? Like, why?
I didn't catch that part. I think I read it on like Twitter a couple days ago where it was something climate related. I don't quite know. It was just some like climate protests, and I think it was the same group that did the Stonehenge thing. I don't know if you heard about that, but they were like painted Stonehenge. I think it was the same group, but yeah, was not expecting that. And then Scotty missed his putt, and then Tom nailed his, so it took it to a playoff hole. And you know, similar scenario. Scotty hit it a pretty safe fairway shot. Tom put it, I think he was like slightly in the rough, maybe. But ended up hitting it in the bunker and then lost because Scotty hit a par and Tom hit a bogey. So Scotty took another one. Scotty took another dub.
Good for him. Unlike Rory, he's not washed.
Yeah. Yeah, he's so washed, man.
Dude, that's so fucking crazy. I just like the thought of having your like it's kind of like what we talked about a couple weeks ago where it's like icing the fucking pitcher. Like,
yeah.
How are you going to get up on the green and then that shit happens and then you're expected to fucking perform after that? That's crazy.
Yeah, and I mean, both of their putts were like dialed on. Like I don't know how much closer you could have gotten, and of course Tom made his, but yeah, that's gotta fuck you up mentally a little bit.
God, dude, that's
But
crazy.
yeah, I'm looking forward to the British. Is it called the British Open, or is it just the Open? I think it's just the Open at Royal Troon this year. So that's a couple weeks out. So last major of the season, gonna be a banger.
I'll have to watch that. I have not ever
Yeah.
watched that tournament before, so
Yeah.
you'll have to remind me about it.
Yeah, it'll be good. And then the golf Olympics that's gonna happen in August. I think it's like the 2nd through the 8th. That sounds kind of right. But yeah, it's going on.
Okay. Oh,
yeah.
Oh.
What are any other golf updates?
I don't think so. I wanted to show a video, you know,
okay.
respectfully.
Yeah.
Because I got a lot of questions.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. So I feel like we need to test your Rizz.
Okay.
Give me before we look at this, what's your best fucking Rizz face?
My best Rizz face?
Yeah. Like if you're trying to really put it down, what you got? Oh, that's pretty good.
Yeah,
that's
you like
pretty
that?
Good. Yeah,
you like that?
I really like that, honestly.
Do you feel moved?
I do. Does this make you feel intimidated?
We need 37 points for $25,000. We have 100 women out of Spanish. They say that we should have to shave every day. They said they're underarms.
Why is Family Feud playing in the background?
Yeah, that's it.
Or is that the okay? I haircut has a haircut.
Yeah, I mean, but like look at his face. Look at his face. Like the man is the definition of Rizz.
He is, I feel like if I saw that, I would be entranced and taken by him.
I do like that there's a T in his hair. That's pretty sick.
I didn't even catch that.
Maybe his first name starts with T.
Stands for Tism.
Oh. Interesting. Okay, well that was it. I just wanted to really see, like what you got. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, that's cool. I like that. I like shooting that video and then uploading that video for the world to see.
Yeah. You're gonna put that on the clips.
Maybe. I don't know. Maybe.
He's like, hell no.
Just might.
That's funny as fuck.
I do got to figure out how to crop and edit that correctly. That's all, man.
That's okay.
But
I do want to also have one more update.
Okay. Yeah.
So, I was like just probably 10 minutes into work. I had not even gotten a phone call yet. First phone call that comes through. This guy goes, "Hey, it looks like we got a package from you guys, and it's we didn't order anything from you guys. It doesn't even the name on the package isn't even our name." And I was like, okay, that's no problem. Got the information off the package to try to like look up the tracking number, see who it should have gone to. And so I'm talking to this guy. He's very polite, very nice, like nothing. He doesn't seem pissed or anything. And I was like, okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and send you a tracking label or a shipping label. Like, can you please? And like, right as I was saying that, he's like, do not fucking tell me what you're going to do. You're not going to send me anything. I shouldn't say the accent because it's bad. He's like, you shouldn't it's like, I'm not going to give you any of my information. You're not going to get anything from me. And I'm like, well, we need to get the package back because it doesn't belong to you. Like we need to make sure that this gets back to our facility and we can send it back to you. He's like, you guys aren't going to steal my information. I'm not giving you anything. I was like, well, how am I going to send you a tracking label? And he's like, I'm going to take this and I'm either going to hand it to the UPS driver next time he comes by or I'm going to put it on the curb. I was like, you realize that that's not how UPS does things. Like whenever has UPS come and grabbed a fucking package from you?
Yeah. Do they even do that? Is that a thing?
No.
Okay.
That's the United States Postal Service. The little fucking van that comes by. It's like not even fucking the same thing. Anyways, we're like, what the hell? And he's like, I'm not going to do that. You're not going to get anything from me. And I literally said to him, I was like, that's an interesting thing for you to say when you have someone else's package. And I was like, he's like, do not talk to me like that. And I was like, well, you realize you are stealing, and it is actually a federal crime to open a package that is not yours.
Yeah.
And he's like, fuck you, and hung up.
Oh,
So
man.
I sent it to collections, and we're gonna send him a bill.
That's super cool.
Yeah.
Wait, how do you know where to send that bill?
We have his address.
Wait, how do you have his address?
We have his address because it was on the shipping box. It was on the shipping label. Like, all that's attached to the shipping label. He gave me, like,
Oh.
the dude's name it's supposed to go to and the shipping label, and then you can just, type that into Google.
Yeah.
And it shows the tracking update as if you were to do it yourself, and it shows where it's supposed to go.
Yeah,
We just don't know
sick.
the dude's name.
Was the package valued at under or over $2,000?
It was like $3,000.
It's like, you aren't getting shit from me.
Yeah, so I think he but I also at the same time, it's like, if you knew you weren't going to, I don't know, maybe he didn't, but it's like, why would you even call us if you're like, if you know you're not going to give the package back?
Yeah, wait, he initiated the call. So like, what was the outcome he was looking for?
That's what I'm saying. I almost wonder
Just to call you a bitch.
I mean,
like,
maybe.
I have your package, bitch.
Like, that could have been very well it, but like his demeanor and everything was so nice. It didn't make sense for him to be like that.
Yeah.
So that was funny.
Man. Yeah. Dude, there's this one customer at Best Buy I still think about often, and I don't know what his problem was. I don't know if he was on medication, if he was off medication. He was super, super red in the face, like questionably red in the face. And every response he gave me was just incredibly snippy. And I'd never met this person, never seen him, never done anything to him. Maybe he was just having the worst day of his life, but just so incredibly rude. And it's like so rude that it's not hurtful in any way. It's just funny to watch.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I can't remember anything he just said. I just remember the tone and the impression that he left on me. And I was like, there's people like that. There are people like that. There's people that his face was red. His eyes were red. Like, he looked like a cartoon. I feel like I was in a cartoon just talking to the guy.
I fucking hate people like that. And honestly, like, if you're the kind of person that is like that and you're listening to this, like, rethink your fucking strategy. Because a lot of times the people that you're talking to about the situation have nothing to do with it.
That's
like,
correct.
literally not even close. Like, I didn't touch that package. I didn't take that order. I didn't do anything. Yet, like, you're speaking to me like that. It's just like, people, I feel like, don't have a lot of empathy or sympathy right now, especially like nowadays. Like, if someone pisses you off, a lot of people tend to, those type of people just go off.
Yeah.
It's like, bro, you're in public. We're talking like that. That's crazy.
Yeah. There are little hints that slip in. I've noticed with like this McDonald's by me. Usually the iced coffee is not, it's either some of the best you've ever had, like they mix it perfectly, or it's clear someone just didn't get the memo on how to do it. And I find myself getting irrationally upset. It's not done well. I'm like, man, they just don't, they don't have it in them. They just don't want it. They just,
they're not him.
They're not doing it. I'm gonna call somebody and make a difference about this right now. And then I'm like, nope, don't do that.
Definitely don't do that.
Definitely don't do that, because they will spit in your food. Yeah. And then I'm like, it's like some of those behaviors and those things you realize as you get older. It's like, oh, there's, the behaviors start somewhere, and the seeds are planted somewhere. It's just like, can you recognize and overcome that initial reaction? And some people just can't overcome that initial emotion to it.
Yeah.
And that's when you get old fucking gripes at Best Buy. Why don't you guys sell CDs anymore? Sorry,
you, old man.
Sorry, dude.
That's crazy. Oh my God. I don't know why I just thought of this. Have you seen those videos going around of like Dunkin' Donuts coffee being made?
No.
Oh my God. Okay, next time I find one, I'll send it to you.
Okay.
Like, there's this person that's showing how certain Dunkin' Donuts coffees are being made, like the big iced coffees, and the amount of coffee to sugar and like milk ratio. Literally, if you were to look at like a huge cup, full size cup, it's probably like that much sugar.
Oh my
that
God.
much milk and that much coffee. It's like literally disgusting how fucking bad it looks. I'll see if I can find a picture of it.
You know, I've always said Dunkin's iced coffee is dog shit. It's never been good. The flavor, it's way too, the bitterness cuts way too deep in those drinks. They're awful. But yeah, I know McDonald's has like a very powdery kind of thing that they do too.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's not too surprising. I did walk to my Dunkin' the other day because I was really craving like a breakfast sandwich. I didn't have any, and it was terrible. It was like like you could tell it was freezer burned
Mm.
and microwaved, and it was bad.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. I feel like
It's on me.
Dunkin' Donuts definitely is like hit or miss. I
Yeah,
used to love their coffees. Not that I would drink them often, but like after watching that, it makes me never want to go there again.
yeah, that is tough.
Makes you think
Oh
about what you're eating. It's crazy.
yeah, I've been trying to do much more eat at home stuff, especially with my air fryer steak. It's
Mm-hmm.
so goddamn good.
You should think about getting some chicken sausages. Have you ever tried those?
Did you buy them one time?
I'm sure I probably did, but they're like,
Yeah.
they come in like a pack of four. Generally, like one or two is perfect for like one
Okay.
or two people. You just chop them up, sear them up real quick, and put them with rice and like a sauce or something.
Okay.
Dude, gas.
All right. I'll give that a shot.
Yeah, you should.
I did get my car back today, which, you know, I'm so thankful. That other car was dog shit. I felt like I was gonna die driving back to
Oh my
John. It
god,
was so bad.
bro, you're fucking dramatic.
I know, but it was also like the alignment was so clearly off, and it felt like a car that had 100,000 miles on it, and it was under 3,000. It was essentially brand new. And
Yikes.
I'm just, it made me really, really appreciate the automation features on mine, because like the manual brain power it took the whole time, and like it kept fucking swerving off with its misalignment, and like it was just annoying. It was incredibly annoying to drive. And I'm a little baby, and my baby needs my car,
So
and
did
I'm
you like kiss
so
all
glad
over it?
that I did kiss all over it. Yeah, thank God it's got to get hail damage repair, because
Oh yeah.
there's some other damage it just got. I was feeling all of its dimples.
Ew.
Yeah, my little golf ball.
That's fucking nasty. My little golf ball.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
what's the
I missed
what's the
you with it.
process for that? Like, how long are they gonna have to have your
Fuck, I
car?
don't even know. I gotta call them. I gotta stop procrastinating that. I feel like it's gonna take longer than I would like it to, because like they gotta replace the hood, they have to replace the trunk panel, and then they have to fix every other panel. Essentially, it's bad.
That's terrible.
Yeah, so I'm gonna be without Julia for another couple weeks.
So like, what happens if you get another shit? Are you gonna like go Karen and try to get another one?
Nah, well, so this one I'll actually like get to pick, because I'll have to do my own rental. Like,
Oh,
and I think depending on how long it takes, I might just not get one, because I can do most of what I need to do just like walking
that's true.
over here, which is nice. So who knows? Depending on how timing works out, I might just not even get a rental.
You should like if you're gonna do it just for a couple days, you should get like one of the exotic rentals, like a Mustang or
Ooh,
something,
yeah,
and fucking rip that thing around.
that'd be fun. Yeah, Denton was telling me the same thing, because he got something with his truck was getting fixed a couple weeks ago, and yeah, he rented I think it was a Challenger. He was like, yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah. When we went to Florida this last summer, one of the options that you could have rented was a GT 500,
Oh shit.
and I wanted to so bad. They also had like a Shelby Mustang, like a couple GTs and stuff like that too. I was like, the Chevy Malibu isn't shit, Dad. Let me.
Chevy Malibu. Oh my god, that's what I had whenever neighbors backed into my other car, was a Chevy Malibu.
Yeah, didn't it smell like smoke?
Yeah, it did smell like smoke. And I told them as soon as I got in there, I was like, this car has been smoked in. They're like, no, it's not. I'm like, you're
Can you
either
smell?
dumb or you're lying. Are you stupid or just dumb?
He's stupid as dumb. Oh man. Well, rest in
But
peace to the day you gotta get rid of that car again.
yeah, I know. I'm so upsetty, spaghetti.
Of course.
I'm also upsetty because I'm starting kind of another 30-day challenge for myself. I'm trying to get to the gym in the morning, because I feel like there's a lot of hours in the day, but there's also not enough. And so if I could just do that first thing, I think my afternoons would be better.
Mm.
And the result of that is I am extremely tired right now.
That's
So sorry about the energy for the listeners. It's a little different this week.
It like
We're
it
gonna get
takes
used
it
to it.
out of you, dude. Like especially towards the end of the day.
It was like 10:30, and I was like, I might need a nap. This is bad.
You're becoming a geriatric.
I am becoming a geriatric. That's the other thing. The demographics of the gym at that time of the morning are so much different.
Oh yeah,
It's
all
just
old people.
old dudes. It's just old dudes fucking wearing their New Balance. It's so funny because like it's old people and it's young people that wear the crew socks, the mid-high socks. It's people like you that wear like the higher socks. I'm out here in my ankle socks, and I can usually look around and be like, yep, they're my age, because we're all wearing ankle socks.
That's funny. I feel like that was a dig.
No, it wasn't. It's just it is what it is.
Okay.
Why do you take that as a dig, Evan?
I feel like you're making fun of me.
I mean, I am, but like, why does that hurt?
Look, just because you're going to therapy doesn't mean you're my therapist. All right, you fuckhead.
Maybe I am.
I'm just kidding.
I can do what they do easily. It's so easy. You just have to ask dumb questions.
It gets the people going.
Yeah. It is weird though. Like every time I see those high socks, that was always like really taboo in the time I grew up. So now when I see them on people, I'm like, it looks wrong. I get that it's in style, but it just feels wrong.
See, I don't even know if it's considered in style anymore. I'm not sure, but it was like that was what you wore.
Yeah, for your crew, you guys wore that
growing up, because it was like, do you remember that when they first came out with those Nike socks and they were like the colored pattern on the back?
Yeah,
dude, my parents probably fucking hated me during that time. I was like, can I please get more of these socks? Match my socks to my outfit.
Yeah, and now if I even get a pack of like socks that aren't exactly like my last ones, I freak out because now I'm like, oh, now there's more to keep track of. That is really a problem. That is a problem in this country, is like having multiple different types of socks.
Why don't you just buy a bunch of the same kind?
Shut up. That doesn't make any sense.
Throw away the old ones.
That doesn't make any sense. I do need to get some more black ones because I wear them and I've got like 2 pairs that are still kicking.
Well, when they're crusty and they sit on your floor for 3 months, they're not going to be kicking.
Hey, it's gonna grow a baby.
You said nasty. You've seen those videos where they're like,
yeah,
cuckoo.
I hate it. What? There was one specific one you showed me years ago.
Yeah, it was a fucking cum sock with little eyes on it, and it was like, hello daddy, or something.
Yeah, what was the soundbite? And the soundbite always made me really uncomfortable, like even out of this content.
Let me see if I can find it. This is gonna be a wild
wild
search.
While you're searching that up, last golf thing, I totally forgot to bring this up last recording, but the week before when Denton and I went, there was a guy on the last 3 holes. He snapped and broke, not joking, 6 of his clubs.
Who?
6 of his clubs. Just some dude in the group in front of us. Like he would just shank a shot, snap a club, get up to the fairway, shank a shot, snap another club. He went through half of his bag in the last 3 holes.
That's insane. Okay, the fact that like someone could do that is alarming.
I mean, that cart looked uncomfortable to be a part of, and they looked like pretty old clubs. So like, I'm gonna assume he was, he's like, fuck, I'm just gonna get new ones. But it was rough. I love the idea of going out, the idea of having a nice golf day, and then just getting incredibly pissed off. It's just fun.
God, it could never be me.
Yeah.
They're too expensive.
So true. Presidential debates, I guess, are happening on Thursday with Trump and Biden. So I'm ready to cringe. I'm ready to zone out and watch those.
Okay.
Yeah, public service announcement. If you're listening to this, it's already happened.
Oh yeah, it will be. Dude, honestly, I have not been in the mindset of like anything political. I just don't watch it.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens.
Yep. Word. That's all I got.
Cool. Well, I'm down there. I also don't have anything else. So thank you everyone for tuning in. Please make sure to like and subscribe. Hit us up on Instagram. We do post every single week. So looking forward to all the new people here. And thank you for the people that have stuck with us. And I'll let you wrap it, Christian.
Yes, sir. You said it best. You said it. Everything that should have been said. But yeah, we'll put a timestamp around the golf brackets. So if you're listening, if you're not into the golf section, skip those 17 minutes.
We got you, baby.
We got you.
All right, y'all. Take it easy.
Doodles.
Back.